We are now delving into the depths of September, and we are navigating many planets and games, and boy has this month been fantastic so far. We have seen arguably the biggest game for Xbox in over a decade launch this month, and it's been a hit amongst fans. Alongside this mammoth release, Xbox have announced even more titles coming to Game Pass for September, and this month is certainly not slowing down even for a second. Remember to subscribe down below for more Xbox content, and with that, grab your spacesuit, power up that grav drive, and let's delve deep into these incredible games for September. First up, we had the release of a game coming from the creators of Hunter: Call of the Wild, and now they are presenting us with an open world fishing experience. You can experience the freedom of fishing in a vast open world inspired by real life locations and travel through the varied and atmospheric environments by boat, off-road vehicle, or on foot. There are a multitude of varied fish species, with each needing you to master different fishing techniques. With such a wide range of tools at your disposal, from rods, reels, and lures, you will definitely be sucked into this absolute time sink of a game. Call of the Wild: The Angler is available right now, and you can start adventuring on your fishing dreams on Xbox Game Pass for console, cloud, and PC. Now, up next is one of the best indie games of the past few years, and that is Gris. Gris is a visually stunning platformer that is punctuated with some awesome light puzzle elements. You play as Gris, a young woman struggling to recuperate after a deeply traumatic experience. The game takes you on a journey about healing, coming to terms with trauma, rediscovering your voice, and trying to find beauty in the world once more after all hope and meaning have been lost. As Gris journeys through this various dreamlike environments, she will gain new abilities that will aid her in solving puzzles and navigating difficult terrain, returning colour to the monochromatic world as she travels through it. It's a fantastic game and one you really need to try on Game Pass, and it's out right now. Up next is arguably the biggest release for Xbox in over a decade, and that is the huge brand new IP coming from Bethesda and Todd Howard. Starfield needs absolutely no introduction, and it's taken the world by storm over the past few weeks since its release, and it's honestly clear to see why. Todd and co have really provided gamers with a huge expansive playground to fly around in your customized ship. I have spent many hours myself just exploring the world, and the amount of things to do from quests to outpost buildings is incredible. The game looks great and performs well on both of the Xbox Series consoles, and I have to say, if you're a fan of Bethesda games, then you will absolutely adore Starfield. I cannot put into words how vast this game really is and how much of a grab it has performed, but you will certainly need to play this game right now. It is available on the Xbox Series consoles, cloud, and PC right now. Well, the other day we had a great surprise, and that is due to an amazing indie gem returning on Xbox Game Pass. Spiritfarer is a cozy management game about dying. As ferry master to the deceased, you will build a boat to explore the world, care for your spirit friends, and release them into the afterlife. The Spiritfarer Farewell Edition includes the heartwarming base game and 3 major content updates, and this package really emphasizes why Spiritfarer was voted one of the best games of 2020. You will spend relaxing quality time with your spirit passengers, creating lasting memories, and ultimately learn how to say goodbye to your cherished friend. It's a very emotional adventure, and it really does tug at the heartstrings. I cannot recommend this game enough, and it's available right now across console, cloud, and PC. Now, one game that launched only a couple of days ago onto Game Pass is the eagerly anticipated Solar Ash. This game has been out for a couple of years now on other platforms, but has been highly regarded by the gaming community and is a must play. This is a flow state, high speed gravity bending experience, and is similar to games like The Pathless. Think of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater meets Shadow of the Colossus. Really does sound weird, but it absolutely works. The sound, graphics, and gameplay loop are all great, and the fast-paced action is extremely stylish and adrenaline pumping. Just getting from point A to point B is fun, but the exploration and bosses are where the game truly shines. With the game only lasting approximately 6 hours, I don't know whether I'd play full price for it, but I would certainly give it a go as it's available on Game Pass right now. Before we dive into the remaining games, I am currently running a site-wide discount at xboxstation.co.uk, and you can grab Starfield, Game Pass subscriptions, and gift cards for a fraction of the cost for the remainder of September. You can use code XboxNation at checkout for 5% off any purchase, and in doing so, it really helps the channel as we grow. Now, back into the awesome games still coming this month. One game that gets many Souls-like fans really hyped is Lies of P. This game arrives onto Game Pass on the 19th of September, and from the reviews that have come out, it looks absolutely well polished, dark, gritty, and an excellent Souls-like experience. This thrilling Souls-like takes the story of Pinocchio, turns it on its head, and sets it in this dark, elegant backdrop. The visuals alone look outstanding, and it's great to see another twist on the genre that provides us with a unique environment and a change in the typical Souls-like combat. Many reviews have given this new title so much praise, with an emphasis on the awesome weapon crafting system, some really memorable boss fights, and one of the better stories we've seen in this genre. This is a game that certainly seems to have been overshadowed slightly by the release of Starfield, but is one that many gamers will need to try, especially if you're a Souls-like fan. Now, this next game is one that I personally had hands-on with through the Xbox Insider program, and that is the hilarious and cuddly Party Animals. This game will pit players in a multitude of distinct maps as downright adorable creatures, and will make you battle against each other in hilarious ways with flinging body parts and wacky physics. This is very much Gang Beasts meets Human Fall Flat, and I'm all for it, and from my own personal experience is a massive barrel of laughs online and with friends. The intentionally wobbly controls take a moment to get used to, but once you do, it's wonderfully satisfying to land a punch and send another player flying into an environmental hazard. As to be expected with any party game, this is better to play with friends more than randomers online, but with 3 main modes, it's a great time all round and will keep you smiling throughout. Definitely give this new party game a go when it drops onto Game Pass on the 20th of September. This next game is one that many gamers have been highly anticipating for years, and we are finally getting a sequel very shortly. Payday 3 launches next week and promises to up the ante in even more ways than its previous explosive stint. Payday is easily one of the most recognizable co-op franchises in gaming to date, and even though this next outing does not blow us away graphically, the developers are certainly adding a whole bunch of new locations, weapons, and ways to rob banks. As per usual, you can choose whether to creep around corners stealthily or go in guns a-blazing, and both provide huge changes in the world dynamic. This time the game will launch with 6 playable characters at launch, with an enormous skill tree, weapon and item loadout, customized outfits, masks, and even more. Many previews have already stated that the sheer amount of content is overwhelming, and that is only good news for all of us gamers. This comes out day 1 onto Game Pass on September 21st. I think this next game is possibly going to be one of the biggest indie hits of this year, and that is the beautiful looking but mysterious puzzle platformer Cocoon. This is coming from one of the lead gameplay designers behind the award-winning games Limbo and Inside, so it's at no surprise that many have high hopes. Cocoon will take us all on an adventure across worlds within worlds by using its core mechanic, which enables gamers to combine and manipulate puzzles and then jump through them into different worlds seamlessly. From the gameplay we have seen so far, the world design looks outstanding with varied environments, and the puzzles do look like they will keep our heads whirring for some time. It's not long to go now until we can play this new indie title, and it launches day 1 onto Game Pass on the 29th of September. One game that received an announcement and is coming to Game Pass this November 6th is the next rendition in the popular Football Manager franchise. That's right, you can again be the gaffer and take any existing or newly made team from across the world and pit your teams against the very best. Football Manager 2024 is coming to Game Pass day 1 for both console and PC, and I know many out there are ecstatic with this announcement. There is a significant milestone though for this new entry, and that's that the game will officially debut in Japan with full Japanese language for the very first time. With a wealth of new features and gameplay upgrades, from a refresh of set pieces and smarter transfers and finances, this really does look the ultimate package for all players. I cannot wait to dive into this game, and day 1 onto Game Pass just makes the deal even sweeter. What game are you playing or looking forward to playing this September? Let me know below, as I love interacting with you all in the comments below. Whilst here, remember to like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe for even more Xbox content every single week. Now, check out this video on screen right now of the best third-person shooters currently available on Xbox Game Pass in 2023.